Garmin's brand new Vivomove Sport is definitely one of the most beautiful ways to build a bridge between smart wearables and traditional wristwatches. Given the massive promises for supporting health and wellness, I'm pretty sure you're gonna ask, is it worth getting one? So you're right, let's inspect. Hey, really good to meet you. I'm Michael, and look at that. I think it looks beautiful. It's probably the best looking hybrid watch I've seen this year so far. It comes by Garmin. It's called the Vivomove Sport, and it has been just announced at CES 2022. Looks strikingly familiar to the old Vivomove HR released a few years ago, and I had the chance to wear it for like 2 weeks. Gonna tell you now how it feels, and in advance, whatever this watch supports has been pretty accurate so far. At this price point, there are a whole lot of smartwatch offerings. In fact, the cheapest smartwatches with Wear OS by Google started about the same price. Fossil have already had an attempt for a hybrid watch, quite successful indeed, so Garmin just had to improve the Vivomove HR's base and enable some 2022 features. Unboxing experience is according to Garmin's mid-range devices. Funny enough, even the box keeps the shape from 4-5 years ago, when the first Vivomove HR members have appeared. This is not necessarily a bad thing. I just hope that the innovations inside the watch are gonna be a lot more than what we see on the package. Cool design. I have the mint green, which has been the headliner. Definitely a very refreshing color for a smartwatch. It's not too vivid, which is helpful for matching the color to multiple cloth styles. Here's the usual 4-pin Garmin charger. Nice to see consistency here. Lack of changes within the charging cable is rather a good thing, unless they switch to entirely wireless, of course. The watch looks to be nicely built. Plastic case, no buttons, so it is a perfect fit for wearing on either of your wrists. Good and visible watch hands. It feels a little too thick though. The extra layer of sensors at the bottom seems to be a major reason for that. 20mm straps are compatible, and these included are quick release based. The originals have great quality, and I can confirm they are pretty durable. Even after years of usage, they wouldn't catch dirt. Spec-wise, there's the usual Garmin's habit to keep us in the dark about the actual chipset and the model of most of the sensors. The small single-colored OLED display is 0.34 by 0.73 inches in terms of size. Continuous HR tracking is available, sleep tracking, blood oxygen saturation tracking, stress measuring, there's an ambient light sensor, Bluetooth and ANT Plus support, and weight of the case of only 19 grams. It's close to 34 grams with the strap on. So very lightweight, very stylish. I think this color is brilliant, but of course you can choose among many other colors. And it looks like it's missing a lot of features. There is no speaker, no microphone, no smart assistant, not even GPS. Well, actually Garmin call it connected GPS, which means that you can actually link the watch to the smartphone app, to Garmin Connect, and it can borrow your phone's GPS signal. You can go outdoors and you can do some sports. Good advantage, it supports Bluetooth and ANT Plus, meaning that you can link one of those chest mount trackers about heart rate. But the thing is that since this one doesn't have GPS, you can easily connect the chest tracker to your smartphone and it's going to do pretty much the same job. Just saying. Let's see about the menu navigation. When you double tap on the screen, it's gonna wake up the display. You can use swipes to go back and forth across the main widgets, and you can customize their amount from the smartphone app. There are some configuration options too, tap and hold, and you can reach out to them, but most are shown with an icon only, so I think using Garmin Connect from the phone makes the configuration a lot easier. I can't say that it's the best kind of user experience so far. There are a few watch faces too. Some are cleaner and show you the time only, some are providing a bit more information. A sad fact, doesn't seem that the display has good oleophobic coverage, so it captures a lot of fingerprints, a lot more than the usual amount, and on such a beautiful looking display, it is visible. Two more display-related things to note. The watch hands have no illumination, so if it's dark, you wouldn't see them. You can light up the screen to see the time though. On the contrary, during a bright day outdoors, only the watch hands are visible and the display is not. So while the watch covers showing the time 24/7, it fails to deliver visibility and access to all the features if it is a bright day, which makes it not really useful outdoors. You you're gonna find it hard to start an activity, especially if you have sunglasses. The display maximum brightness is stuck somewhere around the capacity of Mi Band 2 from 2016, which is definitely not a good feature. So, the more important and meaningful information stays inside the smartphone app, the well-known Garmin Connect. It is not the perfect wearable app, but I can say it is among the better ones. Good balance between design features and IQ, with the design being perhaps the weakest among all of these. And still, after that many years of development and requests, there is no light theme yet. I bet it's not that hard to implement such. An awesome HR graph, the heart rate measuring is really good, so for that feature alone, it is worth it. Stress measuring is also pretty nice. I don't necessarily agree with the level of stress it draws in certain situations, but let's say that it could be me that is wrong about this perception. The app supports a lot of badges. They can be quite fun and feel sometimes rewarding, especially if that kind of perks motivate you. There are some integrations with third-party services like MyFitnessPal and Strava. There is no direct sync to Google Fit, but if you download an extra app called Fitness Syncer, it works pretty easily, and there are some other alternatives too. To the drawbacks, and it's gonna be more like a summary and just adding to the list. I guess I'm gonna start with the battery life. Garmin promise 5 days of battery life in regular mode and 6 days in non-smart mode. Well, in my case, with everything on, not too intensive usage and rarely getting some workouts, it's been consuming around 30% battery juice per day, so my best achievement was close to 4 days. And honestly, I do think the poor battery performance is the major drawback. Also, lack of inbuilt GPS and inbuilt microphone and speaker, the almost useless display, especially in daytime, the lack of serious innovations in the Vivomove line, and the rather challenging user interface, this is what I didn't quite enjoy with this hybrid smartwatch. So, in the end, Vivomove Sport happens to be a budget-friendlier, slightly revamped version of the Vivomove HR. Kind of crazy. I think with exactly the same features, Garmin could have easily released the very same thing 2 or 3 years ago because it says absolutely nothing new. But happens to be one of the best-looking bridges between traditional wristwatches and modern features like this. Hard to see in direct sunlight display. So, what is your opinion about that? Is it a great-looking wearable? Or you think like me that it's hard to justify such a purchase, especially knowing how many more features devices in that budget niche are providing? Well, I think that's a start of a good conversation. We can talk about it in the comment section below the video. And thank you very much for watching this episode on my channel, and hopefully if you enjoyed, you're gonna come back sooner or later. My name is Michael, been such a pleasure, wishes for a fantastic day, and hope to see you soon. Bye.